So, in the UK, inside joke. Schools, sorry, I think I have to drag this to the side. Yeah, the schools have to be open for at least 380 sessions, so 190 days during a school year. The school hours are determined by each school, but on average is about 5 to 6 hours per day.
Yes.
Normally, schools start around 8 to 9. Most schools start at 9 o'clock that I know of in the UK and finish at 3 or 4, and most finish at 4. But every school has different schedules. There's a couple of schools that start earlier at 8 and finish at 3.
My explanation on this is that this is the problem with I would just say Chinese culture. By saying Chinese, I mean like Taiwanese, Hong Kong, China,
Asia.
Singapore.
Asia, okay, in this area of Asia. So we parents are like they are so scared that their kids will be like will not do well in class. They are
Left
so scared
behind.
because in our society, if you don't get a good grade, especially when you go to high school, it means you're finished. Finished,
Yeah.
no, yeah, over here, yeah, it means you're finished. So they they like to say, I don't want to give my kid too much stress, but what they mean is I won't give them too much stress as long as they are following and they are on track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
The Bushy Buns um role is to kind of guarantee you that don't worry, mommy, okay? Your kid send your kid here as long as if your kid is finishing their homework and everything, all good. They can play after they're done, okay? It's what usually happens. They go and do their own thing with their friends, they're having fun. But if your kid is not following in school, okay, that will be hell for them because
Mm-hmm.
it will be the Bushiban's teachers. I'm talking about the Taiwanese teachers there. It's their responsibility now. They are so stressed because if
Yeah.
they have any kids in their class who are known for being the ones who are behind,
Mm.
oh my goodness, the boss gives them so much stress.
The
Yeah,
same at our school. The same at
yeah,
our school.
yeah.
They
yeah.
have a lot of pressure. And when you put that type of pressure on a teacher, then it makes them feel stressed. It makes them feel frustrated. And then they take out their frustration on that student when actually it's not the student's
That's the
fault.
problem.
This is the issue. I've had this issue also at our school. I'm like, you know
Yeah,
what? If the child does not know the basics and has a foundation for English, they are not able to keep up with what they're doing now because they do not have that scaffolding of what
Mm.
they learned as a child. And I was like, and this
Hmm.
is why they're falling further and further behind, because like Nadia said, I didn't realize that children like to, here in Taiwan, they like to parrot style learn things, which means that they learn things like, oh, ch, they don't say ch, they like ch, okay, I'm going to learn that in my head, but they don't know what the sound is. They just like, okay, I'm learning at parrot style without
our English system here and our public schools are not good at all. So their only hope is to put their kid in a bushiban and have English class, right? Now, if I say if the kids have parents who already speak English, like all of our kids in future, right? Then I would say it's unnecessary. Only if you work long hours and you need to keep your kids somewhere. Otherwise, I don't think all this English and all this is necessary at all. Because for me, I feel like if my kid is following through in class, then I wouldn't need to pay an extra amount for someone to teach them, right? I can
Right.
just hire a tutor if my kid's
yeah, yeah.
struggling on one subject. Like, what's the whole point? For me, I don't understand that.
I am. It's just we have different accents. Like there's Chinese accents, there's Taiwanese accents in Chinese. There are different types of, the way we talk.
Language.
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's good to
Dialects.
expose your children to different accents, which I feel like it's hard here because they like American accents so much, or they teach the American curriculum. So for them, when they hear a different accent, maybe Scottish, South African, British, they're like, oh no, 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 I don't understand a word that they say. Who do you think has the best education system in the whole world?
I know this answer. I think it's somewhere really. It depends on what you're looking for, though, because I was researching and they did say the UK has one of the best education systems, but I think it only includes the private schools, not the public schools. And then
Okay.
you have, I think it's one of those really small countries like Finland or something.
Okay, that's your
Yeah,
okay.
I got it.
And now, Nadia, what do you think is the best education system in the whole world?
I can't really I can't really give you a country, but I remember I also thought it was somewhere in Northern Europe. I
Oh,
read about it and I remember they only go to school 4 days a week,
oh
and
yeah.
then they basically most of their day is just doing learning skills instead of subjects. So they teach kids how to actually do stuff like carpentry for boys. I mean obviously if you're a girl you want to do it, you can choose what you want to do. And then like they say that for little girls they'll be like, hey, you want to learn
Cooking, cleaning.
cooking, not cleaning. I don't think they teach. Probably cleaning for the whole class, but you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
Like they teach you actual skills in life.
That you can use and also,
Not
okay,
stuff.
so I was really surprised.
Now, we can say all of that, but one thing I do think that is great about Taiwan is the respect the students have for the teachers. And
Yes.
even though we live in this world and we might be like, that kid's so annoying and oh, they're so naughty. Are they? When
No.
you compare to the UK, are they naughty? Because they're really not. And even though the UK is like number 6 for the best education, there is a lot.
Education system. So it could be
Education system.
it's probably curriculum, everything, like,
Mhm.
it might not be like the schooling. It's just the system of education is really good, what they do.
But all of those schools have reported really high rates of bullying.
Sure. Yeah, it's like immature banter, but it is seen as bullying. Like I'll be like, don't say that to him. We don't like to be rude to people. And it's more like, I don't know, maybe like my hair color, I had gray in my hair. They kept telling me I'm a witch, but in a joking way, not like like it could be, taken the wrong way if I'm not someone who just like, laughs it off. But I just think children here are so respectful. I'm so grateful because if I was teaching high school here, like not high school, grade 6 students, it's such a different experience to teaching grade 6 in South Africa and even in the UK and America. Nadia is someone who went to international schools, American schooling system here in Taiwan. Maybe you could just give us a quick little, like, how your experience was.
I feel like I'm lucky that my mom had sent me to a international schooling, because I am someone who struggled really, really bad at school. And
What school
can't
was it?
It's a school in Yangmingshan. They call it the Tapa. It's
Okay.
a all American based, a very Christian, very religious school.
Okay.
So we had, like, back then in my time, we had the American school, the real American school in Tianmu, and then we had Tapa. We had only those two schools. So those two schools, you have to be a foreigner to go in. Like, you have to carry a foreign passport. Like Taiwanese kids, yeah, they can. So basically, I feel like I'm really thankful for my mom sending me, like, not sending me to a local Taiwanese school, because you know what, they would have called me, like, they would have told my mom that there's something wrong with me. Yes, I have ADD, so that's one thing. But the thing is, Taiwanese schools, like 20 years ago or 30 years ago, it was very different, right? It was like, you're either stupid or you can do it.
Or dating someone from the
It happened to
mafia.
me, though.
Yeah, okay, I'm not surprised.
I ran away from school for 2 years, and my parents did not know.
She didn't attend classes, but this is the difference. If she was in a Taiwanese school, they would have phoned the parent and been like, your child isn't at school. But the American school was just like, well, she's not here today. Until her mom phoned and was like, my kid why is my kid doing so badly? And they were like, she's not been at school. We don't know where she's been. And she was like,
and then my parents were like, what? For a full 2 years?
But don't worry, she turned her life around, everybody. She went to a great university. She's now very hardworking. She just was like, she wished she had that foundation when she was in high school.
So passing grades, we should do this.
Let's do
passing
that.
grades. And I also want to know about subjects in Taiwan, because I did some stuff, so I'll save it for next week. The subjects that are required in the UK are so different to the subjects that are required in Taiwan.
Yeah, and
there's a lot
even
that
us.
Yes, I can imagine.
Okay,
there's
so
lots to
if-
touch on.